Match number 2 of round number 2 in the lower bracket elimination desert. Both teams are looking for the next two aces, and this time we have two spring split first seeds going against each other. It's Gen.G against Cloud9, LCK against LCS. And as always, we will have just a short peek at the lineups and then we go straight into Game 1.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
And so here we go. Gen.G starting from blue side, they're set to be the favorite in this match. They have Doran on the On and the top lane, Peanut on the Kha'Zix, Chovy on the Nautilus, Pace on the Jinx, and Elite, he will complete the team comp with a second hook champ, going with a Blitzcrank. And for Cloud9, it's Fudge in the top lane on the Sion, Blabber, he's going with the Poppy, MNS with the Syndra, and on the bot lane it's Berserker with the Aphelios, and Swen with the Lulu. And we go into minute 4 to see the first gank of the game, but it's not Peanut, but Chovy. He's going in with a staggering blow, the searing charge of Doran's on, and together they take out the Sion, but Chovy, he will fall as well. Delicious hook into the E by the support of Gen.G. Flame Chomper stunned by Pace, but he gets low and he gets charged by the Poppy, and the Flash Q takes him out as Swen get burned out by the Ignite of Delight, and we go into the top lane where we see Fudge doing a little bit of zoning behind the enemy turret, but he definitely went in too deep there. It's the searing charge of Doran and the turret aggro that will send him into this zombie mode. And here we see him again attacked by Peanut and Doran and an angry Forge God. And the Gen.G top laner and jungler, they will take great pleasure in taking him down for the third time already. There it is spawned, and we see Delight with a flash E into the hook on Blabber. And now Chovy goes in with the depth charge, and the Super Mega Death Rocket flies in as well. The Poppy is too low, and Chovy takes her out. And the situation is actually over, the Herald about to be cleared, and Swen, he risks an eye, and he will lose it as he gets pulled in by Delight and sent to the grey screen. And it will be Gen.G taking the first dragon of the game, placing Shelly in the bot lane for a lovely headbutt onto the tier 1. And finally it will be Doran after 14.5 minutes tearing it down for good. Gen.G will also take the second dragon, and we go for the second herald where we see Chovy there with the dredge line into the staggering blows. Rude, and even the Keeper's Wording could not protect the Poppy from the death. And so the second herald goes to Gen.G as well, and we look in the top lane where we see the outer turret there, destroyed by Chovy. And then it's Shelly saying, what you can do, I can do it to the mid lane outer as well. And not only the tier 1, but also the tier 2 will crumble, and we see a team fight arising. Gen.G is going for Blabber. Fudge, he comes in with the unstoppable onslaught, but then it's Pace squeezing the fish bones for the Super Mega Death Rocket. A Blabber and Berserker will fall, and Fudge, he's in the midst of destruction now, he will follow. And so Cloud9, they lose 3 members, 2 turrets, and Shelly will even get off a charge onto the inner turret, and we look into the bot lane, where it's MNS on the Syndra chasing down Doran. The LCS first seed managed to take the outer turret in the top lane, but Gen.G they will secure Soul Point, and we go for the Baron Nashor where we see Blabber on the Poppy with the Keeper's Verdict, sending the Blitzcrank back to the dumping ground of Zorn. But he's in the pit and he gets torn apart by all 4 remaining members of Gen.G. No smite for Cloud9 means Baron buff for the LCK first hit, and we go into the top lane, where we see MNS getting knocked up by the depth charge of Chovy, and the Apex Void Predator going by the name of Peanut will do the rest to send the mid laner back to his base. And so it's Gen.G now steamrolling through the top lane up until the inhibitor. Then they turn around, and a minute later we see them coming through the bot lane, and they also take down the mid lane inhib turret, and so the base is opened up. Gen.G they will go in with Doran and the Forge God. Ornn being the front line, he's getting isolated there while the rest of his team managed to take down the bot lane inhib turret. It's a trade, Doran for the tower. Gen.G is falling back until Chovy goes in with the dredge line into the depth charge on Swen. Fudge comes in on the Sion to be the front line against the Nautilus, who gets low, has to hook away. The 2 junglers separated from their teams, but Gen.G, they not only have 1, but 2 hook champions, and so they pull the Syndra to the death. And so now Fudge, Berserker, and Swen, they are running for their lives, but the Jinx of Pace is just too strong, and now she gets excited. As Fudge and Berserker follow MNS into the final grey screen of Game 1, because Gen.G, they are now taking both inhibitors. And it's only Blabber and Swen left on the Poppy and the Lulu to watch their base get destroyed by the LCK first seed. It's a dominant performance in Game 1. And so Gen.G, they live up to their role as the favorite, and they will take the lead in this series. Game number 2 rolls in, and this time it's Cloud9 starting from blue side with Fudge in the top lane on the Cassante, Blab on the Kha'Zix, MNS on the LeBlanc, and on the bot lane it's Berserker and Sven on the Lucian army couple. And for Gen.G, after playing with 2 hooked champions in game 1, they are passing up on having even one in this game. But instead they are going with the Sion for Doran, the Wukong for Peanut, Vex is played by Chovy, and on the bot lane Pace and Delight they go with Sia and Rakan. And it is the very Rakan after almost 6 minutes going in with the grand entrance followed by the WE of Peanut, and together they take out Sven to draw first blood, and we go into the Dragon Pit where we see Cloud9 taking the objective and Sven on the Nami this time flashing into safety. And we see a fight for the Herald. It's the Nimbus strike into the Cyclone of the Wukong. Blubber leaps over the wall, but Peanut he follows him with the flash second Cyclone to take the second kill and the first Herald of the game. And we see Shelly with a first headbutt onto the mid lane turret, and just seconds later, the tier 1 will be destroyed by Peanut and Chovy. And we go into the bot lane, where we see an empowered Shadow Surge of the Vex, and a Cyclone of Peanut will be the undoing for Berserker. And as Delight comes by, they will also take out Blab on the Kha'Zix. It's 4-0 in terms of kill in favor for Gen.G, who will take the next Dragon, the next Herald, the top lane outer turret, and furthermore, the outer turret and the bot lane as well. Is there anything but the Nexus that they cannot take yet? And we go into the bot side river, where we see Peanut and Chovy going for kill number 5 for Blubber, and the rest of his team goes in and they pick Sven. And it's a Shadow Surge of Chovy that will give him a double kill and the cooldown reset on his ult as the Cassante goes down. Chovy, he's going for Berserk, and with the corrupting potion it will be enough to also take down the health bar of the Cloud9 ADC. And with a helping hand of the Herald, Gen.G, they are now knocking onto the mid lane inhib turret. They take the next dragon, and we go into the mid lane where we see this fight. Gen.G, they're chasing after Fudge, but MNS with his distortion dash, he goes back into the jungle where they take out Delight together with Berserker. Now they're going for Chovy, they will take the second kill, and it will be a trade 2 for 1 as Fudge goes down. And this is exactly what Cloud9 need. They take the shutdown, but they will lose the inner turret on the bot lane. And a minute later we see a lonely Lucian in the mid lane. They're getting evaporated by 4 members of Gen.G. Their gold advantage just pays out, and it further grows as they take down the inhib turret and the inhibitor. And now they're going to destroy the bot side of the base as well. The inhib turret falls, the inhibitor, and they will disengage. Because there's a Baron Nesher to be taken in Cloud9, they have to do everything to get it. And so Fudge, he goes in on the Cassante, followed by the tidal wave of the Nami, but Peanut, he already found his way into the backline of Cloud9, and he takes out the Nami. Doran made the screen of Blabber turn grey, and so Berserker, MNS and Fudge are running for their lives, but Peanut, he's right behind Berserker, and also Doran comes in with the TP, the flash by Pace over the wall, and it's the whole team of Gen.G taking down the Lucian. They're steamrolling through the top lane now towards the Nexus turrets, where Fudge and MNS with half HP are waiting for them. They return to the fountain, regenerate some life, and now they come back with Sven, but the Nexus is already exposed. It's a 3v5, and what can Cloud9 do? They're just too far behind in terms of levels and items, and so the answer is nothing but to delay the inevitable misery. And so it will be Gen.G taking game 2 and pushing the series on towards match point. And game number 3. After 2 dominant performances by Gen.G, we're now looking at game 3. It's Cloud9, they have to pull all the rabbits out of their heads and even more. Starting from blue side again with Fudge on the cannon, Blabber on the Lee Sin, MNS playing the Cassante, and on the bot lane it's Berserker and Sven, again with the Lucian army. On Gen.G, they pick Gragas for Doran in the top lane, Kha'Zix for Peanut, Chovy, he's going with the Ahri, Pace, he's on the Jinx, and Delight, he completes the team comp with a Thresh. We're already at the first dragon and see it secured there by Cloud9, and we're just seconds later in a team fight 4v4. MNS, he becomes the target, he's the fronter on the Cassante, but Cloud9, they cannot find one for themselves. And so they will lose their mid laner. And Sven, he follows into the realms of greyness. And we look at Fudge and Doran in the top lane. The Gragas gets stunned twice there by the cannon, the slicing maelstrom. And the full rotation does so much damage. Doran gets the sedge protection under his turret, and Fudge, he goes back into it. He takes the Gragas body slam. Doran is left with 10 HP, but he should be safe because Fudge is already low. But Doran, he gets greedy, goes back, and takes the thundering shuriken that sends him into the grey screen, and we're back just moments later for the revenge. And this time, things are looking good for the drunken brewmaster. He connects the barrel roll onto Fudge, who's now trying to get away with the lightning rush. But Doran, he's too close, connects another barrel, and with a drunken rage, he takes the revenge. Peanut and Delight now obtaining the first herald for their team, and now they're going through the jungle looking for Blabber. And they will find him. It's Delight with a thresh hook into the box, and Peanut comes in, and together they take out the master of martial arts. And we go back into the top lane where we see a perfect Gragas ult there, sending Swan back into the space, and we look into the bot lane with Blabber with the Dragon Rage into the slicing maelstrom of Fudge that will take out Pace. But Peanut, together with the turret, they take out Fudge to trade one back. And now it's only the two junglers. It's a 1v1. Peanut leaps in. A Blabber, he has his flurry fists ready. Peanut keeps distance. Now he's waiting for the cooldowns, activates his ult, and Blabber, he misses his sonic wave, which leaves Peanut to have an easy time taking the kill. And we hop straight into the top lane again, where we see Berserker culling nothing but air. But he dodges the barrel roll, the flash and dash. Falls back, he's so low. But there's an ebb and flow of Swan coming and clutch it. They take out the Gragas. What a play. But nonetheless, Gen.G, they keep their pedal to the metal, they take the next dragon. And they have a raging dread of all turrets in the bot lane to take out the tier 1. And charging onto the tier 2 as well. And we are back into the lane of entertainment. What else should it be but the top lane of Doran? He's now going against MNS as a super mega death rocket just passes by as if it was part of the show. But here comes MNS with a flash Q to take out Doran. And now it's Peanut trying to catch MNS on a retreat, but he has reckoned without Blabber. Resonating strike into the Dragon Rage. Kicks the Kha'Zix back into an outraging Cassante. And then the Lee Sin collects the shutdown gold. And it's a bot side jungle where we see MNS with the Pathmaker on Chovy into the all-out. Both junglers in the mix, and the Super Mega Death Rocket flies by like a running gag, and Chovy takes out Blabber. He also takes down the bot lane tier 2. The second herald goes to Cloud9. And with Shelly, Berserker and Fudge, we are now going through the mid lane to see how they take down Delight, but he can place his ult before he dies, and so Fudge is slowed and forced into taking a huge chunk of damage there by the maniac Jinx of Pace. And now Chovy comes in for the flank, he connects the charm and Everfrost to Blabber, but at the same time it's Peanut with the EW on Berserker, and he takes out the Cloud9 ADC. And so it's only MNS now, trapped, and all his footwork cannot save him from the grey screen. But we're not finished yet. Look at Chovy dashing after Blabber, connecting the charm Q, and an auto attack will take down the jungler. But now it's Fudge with a flash slicing maelstrom on Doran. He dodges the barrel, takes down the Gragas, and also Pace falls to his feet. As Chovy on the mighty nine-tailed fox takes out Swan as well, and he will also destroy the outer turret in the mid lane as we see Peanut here taking the next dragon for his team. And now again Chovy, this time in the top lane, destroying the outer turret there. And we go into the topside river where we see MNS there getting hooked by Delight, and Doran, he dashes over the wall, throws his barrel ult into the back line of Cloud9. And he now goes into the stopwatch, and we take a look at Fudge going over the wall with this flash slicing maelstrom. He finds the enemy backline as well, but Pace slays him. And also Blabber cannot take out Doran, he will stand strong. Pace collects the double kill, but they don't have enough. It's Chovy with a flash dash into another spirit rush. And Peanut, he leaps in as well, and it's a clean ace. Cloud9 just got destroyed. Gen.G, they will take the Baron. They will take the soul point as well. And now they're going for the base through the top lane. The tier 2 falls. Fudge answers back as he takes out the bot lane tier 1. But Gen.G, they couldn't care less. They are now looking for an end. And they're going first for MNS as Pace is squeezing his rocket launcher, and Chovy, he goes legendary. He's 8-0-5 as the mid lane and the turret falls. The turret on the top side as well. And now they're going for the inhibitors. And for Berserker, look how he gets evaporated from the screen. Probably for good, because look at this damage and chaos that is thrown at Cloud9. There's nothing that they could possibly do to fend off Gen.G. This team is just a weapon of mass destruction. They ace the team from the LCS again. And for the last time in this series, they will take down the Nexus, send home Cloud9, and proceed to round number 3 of the lower bracket. And keep their dreams alive of winning this year's MSI 2023 in London.
Gotta take it ice, we gotta let it